One of the most important things for gardeners is saving seeds for their garden. Not only does it save a lot of money, but you really have no idea where the seeds that you bought came from. So a lot of times when you grow a plant from seeds that you bought online, if you didn't buy them from somewhere local, then your plant isn't going to do as well because that plant that seed came from is used to completely different growing conditions. So the best thing you can do is save your seeds from all of your garden veggies, everything that you can, and then the next year when you grow from that, you're now saving seeds from a plant that grew in your garden, in your growing conditions, in your environment, and it'll do a lot better. So today we're going to talk about saving seeds from our carrot plants. So right here is where I actually grew all of my carrots this year. I had about 30 carrots, and I have 2 carrot plants here that I let go to seed. So I want to zoom in, and we're going to come up here and show you all the different stages of the carrot flowers, the way they look like, and what you want them to look like before you actually harvest the seeds. Now, before we begin with that, one note is that carrots are a little bit more finicky than some other plants. You might grow your carrots and leave some in the bed expecting them to grow flowers, and they don't, and you don't understand why, and therefore you can't save your seeds. So carrots are one of those plants that are actually supposed to only produce seed on the second year in ground. So I planted all these carrots here, about 30, and none of them actually should have gone to seed. What I should have had to do is save whatever carrots that I wanted in the ground, and whenever that tuber started growing a new green top the next year, it would then start to grow flowers and produce seeds. Now, I have no idea why. It seems like when you grow carrots, you have a couple odd and end ones that are decided to grow flowers right away. So I let both of these grow flowers so we can get some seeds from these, since I don't have any carrot seeds that I've saved yet. Now, what you can do is if you don't actually have any carrots go to seed in that first year, what you want to do is you want to keep 1 or 2 carrots. You really don't need much. 1 carrot will produce more than enough seeds that a gardener needs. So you can keep that 1 carrot. And what you want to do is actually very carefully take it out of the bed and put it in a separate container. The reason why you want to do that is because, every gardener in the fall and spring, we rough up the soil, we go in there, we add our compost, everything that we're going to be messing with the soil. So it's kind of difficult when you have plants still in the ground. So if you take your carrot root and you actually put it in a container, then you can do everything you need to do to your bed. It won't be in your way, and you can keep it in that container. And then when the spring comes out, it'll start growing up again, and it'll actually immediately produce flowers. Now, like I said, we got lucky this year, and even though it wasn't supposed to, we have flowers anyways. So let's get a little bit closer, and we'll take a look at all the different flowers and the different stages. So this carrot flower is the closest example that I can find on this plant where you actually see the initial flower that comes out. Now this one still has a little bit of white, but initially it usually has a lot more flowers. And when the carrot initially bolts and you have all these little pods pop out, you'll see a nice carrot flower like this, but it'll have more leaves. And the point here is to get the pollinators come in and pollinate it. Now, after all the little individual flowers are pollinated, what you'll see is all the little white flowers will fall off and it will start to curl up on itself. And you see here underneath, you have all these little tendrils with all these flowers, and each one, after the flower's been pollinated, will slowly start to turn into these little seed pods. And you can see all these little seeds on here. And then what it's going to do is it's going to curl in to protect itself and try to lock moisture in. And you see now they're all growing up and it's trying to curl in as tight as possible. Here we have one that is even a little bit more mature, and it is a larger head. And you see again, everything is curling in. And I know you can't feel it, but it's very tight. It curls in so tightly that you basically can't move it here. It's just very, very stiff all the way around, trying to protect itself. Remember, the plant internally, it wants to be able to produce more seed. It wants to be able to protect those seeds, to do whatever it can to ensure that it has a crop next year. So what it's doing is it's trying to hold everything in, trying to go into a bundle as tight as possible. It tries to lock moisture in to try to start getting those seeds ready to germinate, to get a little moisture, so when they fall, they'll have a higher success of growing a new plant. Now here's the most mature carrot flower that I currently have, and you see now everything is dried out. It's all brown, and these seeds here are actually to the point where I could pull them off and I could save them. Now if I take a little bundle here, you can see you have all the little seeds. Take off that spine, and there's 7 seeds right there that I could save and plant next year. Now, if you wait a little bit longer, what you do want to do, because a lot of these aren't ready yet anyway, wait till the end of the season, and this here will actually start turning not black, but a lot darker brown. Now, you do have to be careful. If you wait too long, it'll start falling off if you have a nice rain or wind, and then you'll have seeds everywhere, which you obviously don't want. So at some point, if this one here is growing and it's completely done, it looks like it's completely dried out, this one does have more time. If I start hitting it and touching it, the seeds aren't just falling out. So I know I can leave this on here longer. But if this one is ready and the rest are not, one thing you can do is just cut this off, and you can bring this inside to try to get the seeds. One thing you could do as well is take a pan or anything here to collect the seeds. When I was messing with a couple of these, there were some little spiders and bugs on here, so bringing that inside is not always the best idea. But it's very easy at that point. As soon as it's dried out, all you got to do is collect the seeds in whichever manner that you want. I hope you liked my quick video and tutorial on saving carrot seeds. Regardless of what seeds you save, it really is important to make sure that you have seeds that were grown in your garden, in your environment. It'll produce a much better crop. Now, for carrot seeds, you can't really do this, but as a quick tip, if you're saving pepper seeds, tomato seeds, okra seeds, you always want to save the seeds from the best plant, from the biggest pepper, from the biggest tomato. Slowly, you'll have prize-winning fruit and veggies everywhere because you're saving your seeds from your very best plants, your very best fruits and veggies that you grew in your garden. Thank you again for watching. If you haven't yet, please like this video. It helps out the channel a lot. And subscribe and hit the notification bell. Thanks again. Have a good day.